Hey guys, welcome to the third episode of FinalLegend. Yo, I know I was supposed to be talking about death, but I'm gonna save that for another video containing a crap more content. Anyways, let's go. Today we're gonna be discussing the topic of infinite Zamasu and whether a current Goku could beat him. So first we're gonna scale the strongest single part of Zamasu, Goku Black. If you've seen my first video, then you know that the macrocosm which Battle of Gods Goku nearly destroyed is 70. Since after the Goku Black saga, Goku has no more feats since we can scale this version of Goku to 70. Goku Black was relative to Goku White. Goku. Therefore, we can also assume that he's 70. Even without the infinite Zamasu feats, current Goku would still slam. Before we move on to Fuse Zamasu, it is worth mentioning that Black was able to reach a dimension where he literally said his strength is higher than man or God had explored. Now, obviously this isn't true, otherwise we'd have bullshit statements like Goku's stronger than the Grand Priest, and Zeno or Beerus and shit like that. We already have shit for Beerus, unfortunately. But yeah, we have enough of that shit. So he's probably referring to the dimension Black cut into, which should at the very least be higher than the macrocosm. While some may take this as surpassing the Zeno's realm, I kinda doubt that. I'll address the exact scaling of this later. But for now, let's scale Fuse Zamasu. While Fuse Zamasu doesn't have any direct feats, it did take Vegeta Blue to defeat him. I'd also like to point that a Blue Kaioken Goku was able to affect and kind of hurt him a little bit. Not really much to go off of. Fuse Zamasu himself is a bit hard to scale, but you know, I think we can definitely say that a current Goku who in base would body the Blue Kaioken Goku from Black Saga would absolutely destroy Fuse Zamasu. Alright, now we're gonna scale Infinite Zamasu. When Trunks sliced open Fuse Zamasu, Infinite Zamasu was formed, and he basically fused with the literal fucking fabric of existence. This would mean he fused with the entire timeline. The entire timeline, no matter where you place Black's dimension, is 10D. However, this most likely does not include Zeno's realm, as he probably would have just annihilated Zamasu on the spot. And even if he was stupid enough not to recognize, hey, this guy's a threat, Grand Priest would have been like, yo, you should probably murk this guy. And he would have been like, aight, and that would have been that. So clearly you couldn't have affected that, and for arguments for that, I'll be discussing that again later in the video. In addition, Zamasu's power was also affecting other timelines, as stated by Beerus. While there are at least 25 timelines, and the number of timelines can be argued to be infinite, I'm going to talk about that in another video, because I was a firm believer that timelines, the amount of timelines are finite. But I'm starting to open my eyes a bit. But I'm going to discuss that in a different video. Anyways, we can guess that the number of timelines Zamasu is affected is the number of time rings which affect timelines, which is 6. Now counting all the infinities which I discussed in my first video, go check it out by the way, that would mean Zamasu affected 6 timelines containing 90 multiverses with a total of 922 infinities. So how would Goku scale above this? Because, not gonna lie, this is kind of crazy. Instead of me just saying stuff, I'm gonna let the scans speak for themselves. Alright, so first off, we have this scan, which Supreme Kai says that Jiren's power feels far different from anything he sensed before. We gotta remember, that he was there for infinite Zamasu. He saw that whole shit go down. He wasn't just in another timeline chilling. Now he saw that thing up close and personal. Now, so you could say that, oh hey, well, some people argue that he's saying his power is different, as in, it's not like necessarily more powerful. But what was different about Jiren's power? He was just really strong. He wasn't using God Ki. He just had a large amount of Mortal Ki. That's not anything I would comment on if I was Supreme Kai. Second of all, in this image over here, Goku states that, hey, if I only had one more sensu bean, then I could at least try. Now you're saying, he could at least try. That don't mean shit. That don't mean he could defeat infinite Zamasu. Well, that means he could at least affect him. Well, check it out. In the manga, Goku and the entire gang were too scared to even consider facing him. There's no statements like this. They just called Zeno right away. They were like, oh nah, this guy's strong for real. We better call the god. We better call God for him to come and save our asses. Yeah. And then we also have Beerus for because against Zamasu, when he sensed this happening in the other timelines, he's the person who stated, hey, his power is kind of affecting all the timelines. He's just chilling being all cool and shit. Now he's striking up a fucking pose and he's saying that shit. And then the turn of power, when Jiren was doing his little power up, he's like, you know, he was like, oh shit, this shit coming from one guy? No, that's crazy. I'm actually a little, nah, that don't make no sense. He was like shocked and a bit like terrified. He was sweating. Honestly, that's like really crazy. So anyways, we're gonna talk about some of the arguments for my scale. First of all, I'm going to discuss that one of the things my friend Salmon has said. I'll be linking his video where he explicitly discusses this in the description. So basically what he's saying is that Jiren can't outscale Zamasu because Zamasu scales to the timeline, right? And the timeline is the highest point of is basically what everyone within the timeline scales to. Are you following me here, right? So basically he's just saying that okay, so the Grand Priest scales to Universe 7 because his best feat is scaling higher than Whis, whose best feat is scaling higher than Beerus, who basically almost destroyed Universe 7. So you would have to scale the Grand Priest to Universe 7. And if you say that Jiren outscales the timeline, you're saying that Jiren is stronger than the Grand Priest. Are you saying his logic? I see like one major flaw in his logic. The Grand Priest, Zeno, those two are... Actually, no, let's go lower than that. Beerus is still said to be stronger than Goku, who surpassed Jiren. So, technically, Beerus would also scale above the timeline. Whis scales higher than Beerus, so that would mean that Whis also scales above the timeline. Grand Priest scales above Whis, so he would also scale above the timeline. And Zeno scales above Grand Priest. That can actually be argued with a couple scans, but which also meaning he outscales the timeline. Are you seeing the logic here? So basically, all that would do is upscale everyone else. Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. Now the second argument I'm going to address is that Black's time, his little dimension thingy, that outscales Zeno's realm. Oh, no, wrong thing. I don't have any evidence for that. My bad. It's that Zamasu affected Zeno's realm. That's what I was gonna argue. So, basically, the argument for that is, I argue this with a member of a Discord server I'm on. Actually, a couple Discord servers, but point is, he was arguing that, first of all, Zeno's too stupid to actually recognize infinite Zamasu as a threat, right? And that Grand Priest couldn't have told him because he was dead. Now, first of all, there is no way that Grand Priest could have been dead, because there was nothing that affected him. Sure, Black and Zamasu were trying to kill all the gods, but they couldn't kill Grand Priest and Zeno. First of all, because Grand Priest, he's far stronger than them. He has no known connections to the other deities that have been mentioned in the anime or manga or in any Dragon Ball content. Toriyama has never said, oh, hey, if you kill all the gods of destructions and angels, Grand Priest dies. No, nothing says that. So we can basically assume that Grand Priest is alive. And let's say, even if Grand Priest was just there and didn't intervene or anything, it was oh, neat, universe going to hell. Timeline's going to hell. That's cool. And just continued chilling with Zeno. We gotta remember, in the manga, when Infinite Zamasu, or not Infinite Zamasu, merged Zamasu, because basically his Infinite Zamasu was just becoming a crap ton of merged Zamasus. And when he saw Zeno, he was oh shit, I'm dead. That's crazy. He was pissing his that thing, whatever the fuck he wears. I don't think he wears pants. It's weird. Anyways, yeah. So that's my argument for that. And yeah, this concludes my I wouldn't call it a scale, but my video. My conclusion is a current Goku who surpasses Jiren, that was stated to be stronger than Infinite Zamasu, and Goku was stated to be able to do shit, and there's a ton of other evidence that I mentioned. I don't know why I'm saying this shit again. Anyways, my conclusion is, yes, a current Goku does beat Zamasu. Thank you for watching my video, and I just want to ask you guys to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And I just wanted to thank all of you for giving me 45 subscribers. This is awesome because I've only made 2 videos and you guys have gotten me all the way up there already. That's crazy, guys. And my first video already has 97 views, almost 100. Let's get that video up to 100 views, and let's get me up to 70 subscribers with this video. Alright, that's our goal. Anyways, peace out. See you guys later. Final